So hey, what's up guys, welcome back to another video, and in this video we are going to learn React, not React. I spell it wrong. We are going to learn Angular. If you don't know what is Angular, hey, what is Angular? So I'm gonna telling you with an example. So let me open my browser, and what you see, if I go to, let's say, my website, my temporary website for now, yeah, because I have domain, but still I'm using this website. So you can see this is my home, okay, and you can see when I click on this header and is not changed, and also the page doesn't reload. You can see here, okay, click on videos. You can see page did not change, and header and this footer is also not changed. Just the thing changed is the main component. The main thing is changed, but header and footer are same. You can see when I go to contact, the page did not refresh and the main content is changed and the header and footer are same. So what's that? Like if I open YouTube and if I go to youtube.com, and what you can see now right here, you can see the when I click somewhere, like let's say I click on the explore option, and you can see the page did not refresh. And if I go to ProgrammingFire also, ProgrammingFire, if I go to ProgrammingFire and let's go to this, and when I go to ProgrammingFire, let me stop this video, otherwise you will hear me 2 or 3 times. So what you can see over here, that if I click on videos, see that if I click on videos, this is not changed. Just what changed? This videos. First it's home and then it become videos, okay. If I click on about, then this is not changed, just the about is changed, and page is also not refreshed. So how do we do this? So that's done by JavaScript, but when we do it with the vanilla JavaScript or plain JavaScript, then it takes us a lot of time and a lot of logic. But with Angular or React and also Vue.js, we can do it really easily. So that's why we use Angular, React and Vue.js and all that thing. So now let's continue to our tutorial. So now if I go, I have already made a folder in my web projects, Angular, YouTube. So I'm gonna just right click and open with Visual Studio Code. You can use any code editor like Atom, Sublime Text, and there's a lot in the market. So I'm going to use Visual Studio Code because if you know, I use Visual Studio Code in my all videos. So I'm gonna just close this, and now here in the terminal, click on that and new terminal. And when you click on there, first I make it something bigger so you can see this. So now in my terminal, I'm gonna just type. So first thing you need Node.js. To install Node.js, there is really what? One more time. I just forget every time. So first thing you need is Choco install. If you have already watched my chocolatey video, go and watch that video. I have explained what is a package manager and how to use chocolatey package manager in Windows. So Choco install and then type Node.js. So I already have Node.js and also npm. So what you need to do, you can also install Node.js by going on nodejs.org. I think that's the URL. Yeah, that's the URL. And you can install the version for your operating system. And after installing Node.js, then you need to type npm install, or without typing this, we all know that copy and pasting is just better. So let me close these things and type angular.io/CLI. Go to this link, and we are going to install Angular CLI. But what is this Angular CLI? That's a CLI tool, command line tool, that help us to create Angular app, generate Angular component. Wait a minute, we are going to understand what is app, what is wait a minute, you already know about web app, what is components and all that thing. So just copy this command and paste it in your terminal. So I already have Angular CLI, so it's saying, hey, why you need it one more time? So the -G option over here is saying that we need to install it globally, means we can access it from anywhere. Okay, so I already have it, so I'm going to cancel it. Control C to cancel, and Command C in Mac, and there you have the ng my first project, cd my first project. When you copy these commands and paste it, it generates an Angular app for you. So next copy, paste it over here, and that is going to make a app called my first project. So let it make this ng my first project. So you can name it anything. For now we are going to take Angular. So now right here you have the option, would you like to add Angular routing? So Angular routing means whenever we go to one from another URL or link, then the page did not refresh. And as I told you, this is the main reason that why Angular is used. So we are going to add this. So Y to add, and then for the style sheet format like CSS, SCSS, SAS, or whatever you call this. So I'm going to use SCSS. So 1, 2, 3 you can use CSS, but it's SCSS is just the whole CSS with some extra features. So it is installing all the packages, and then you can see over here we have my first project. What we are going to do then is serve this project. Serve means we are like in the VS Code we have live server, that create a server and run our web app on that. So ngserve is similar. So you can see ngserve in your browser, then we open localhost 4200, and that is our Angular app running on this. And one more thing I like about Angular, I will tell you when this is done. I will meet you when it's done. So now when it's done doing all the things, then if you click on this file icon in VS Code, you can see we have my first project, and also in the Explorer window we have my first project. And then in here I am also on my first project. You are not in this, so you can just type cd and then my first project to get into that if you know some basics of command line. And then you need to type ngserve, and that will serve your app to the local host. So now what we can see here, it says compiled successfully. And one more thing I want to tell you, that if you type ngserve -open, so it will compile all the code and then also open it in your browser. Okay, so that's really helpful. But for now we have compiled it. Okay, not us, Angular compiled it, Angular CLI compiled it. So then open this URL in your browser, and what we can see, let me close this and open it here, localhost 4200, and there we can see in React, if you create a new app that just Angular React logo spinning around, but in Angular we actually get something meaningful. Like if we want to create a new component, we can just copy this code and paste it. If we want Angular material, then we copy this code and paste it. Add dependencies and we can add this, run and watch test, build for production, and CLI documentation, learn React, and that is actually really helpful for most of the people. So now we want this terminal open. So in VS Code you can create a new terminal by clicking on this plus button. So I'm going to create two terminals because in one terminal it is running Angular and in one terminal we can do other things. So let me cd into my first project, and now in the file icon, in there you have a lot of files, and some people think, wait a minute, I can't understand these all files. And you don't need to worry about all files, you just need to think about this source file. Okay, click on that source folder, and here we have a lot of things. So if you already know HTML, CSS, JavaScript, then you know that index.html is our starting point of our website. So now here we have our HTML written, and also in the HTML we have a new tag called app root. What is that app root? So we doesn't have this actual website which is running over here. We have app root. What is this? So app root, this is just the root of our application, and where it comes from? It comes from app folder in src, and then app folder, and then app folder we have this. We have our index.html, and this is the file where this beautiful looking websites come from. Okay, so this is the website we are looking at. So I'm gonna just control A, command A in Mac, because some people confused that hey, control A in Mac or control A in Windows. So control A in Windows and then command A in Mac. Okay, so I'm gonna just control A and remove all the thing. Remove, and then just type h1 hello world, and save this and go over here. And now wait a minute, let me go to this one. Okay, it is compiling, so let it compile, and then we get not this beautiful app, we get only hello world. Why we are doing this? Let it generate all the browser compatible code, and then it compile it, and it is refreshing. Let me close other tabs, and we get hello. what we did? Don't worry, we are going to create awesome website. Just joking. So what we are going to do next, we have hello world printed over here, which is not very much awesome, but still awesome. So what we are doing over here, we need to understand Angular components. What is Angular components? So Angular components mean, if we switch that to the second terminal and we look over here, let me create it bigger so you can see this. And now here we have if I go to source folder, and then in the source folder I go to app folder, and in this app folder what I'm going to do is create a mkdir to create a directory, and type the folder name. So I'm gonna just name it components, because this is a way to arrange your all components in one place. So I'm gonna just create a new folder, components. Let me go over here and just make it smaller, not like that. Okay, so now we have a components folder over here. So in this components folder, what I'm going to do is just ls, not here, cd components. So ls, So what is components? So in a website, if you look like my website, and if you look that we have some components, like this is header component, this is home component, and we have a footer component. If I go to videos, I have some components like search bar component and videos component. And if I click on this button, we have this videos, means in which Linux codes component, and that we have a chapter 0 component, you can see, and we have all the things over here. If I go back, so there's a lot of components, but when you work with a plain JavaScript or HTML CSS website, you need to arrange all them. But in Angular, there's a different story. You can generate components that help you to do things. And now we have hello world over here. Wow, I open my Unity tutorial. Wait a minute. I'm going to make a new video on this. Some people say, oh wow, you started a series and ditch it. Okay, so now here in my components folder, if I type ng generate component, I can generate component, but there's a shortcut for that. ngxc, that's it, and your component name. So I'm going to create 3 different components for now. One is footer, let's say home, first home component obviously, and let me create that. NgxC home component, and after that we create header and footer. So NgxC header, and then after that we are going to create footer obviously. Okay, wow, I need to generate header first. Okay, so NgxC footer, and if we look here, let me create my terminal here as like this, and if I go here in my file icon, file explorer, click on components, we have home component, header component, and footer component. So let me close this, and now if I type command P and control P and type header, so you can see we got header.component.html. So let me go into this and see. So here we have header. Now in the header we have 4 files. One is header.component.html, header.component.scss, header.component.spec.ts, header.component.ts. So this file is our logic, this file is our structure, and this file is our design. Okay, so you already know this. If you are a front-end developer, obviously you are. That's why you are watching this video. Now header component and header component.scss. For now we are going to work on that. But one more thing I want to tell you, that if I go to header.component.ts file and open the both files, so let me open both files. Okay, header.component.ts file also, and here if I go and type title equals to hello world, or let's say header, and go over in the header.component.ts file, and let's say I add h1, and now here if I type brackets like this, so what it make? Okay, what? I get an error. Okay, now okay, so in that we can type title, and now when we enter these brackets, two brackets, curly brackets, and put something on this, then it is going to find that thing in this header.component.ts. Like we have title. Now it is going to print header. And also I'm going to type works. And now if I go, we didn't get anything. Okay, let it load. And we get hello world only. Where is our header? So we need to enter our header. We need to say to app.component.html file, hey, take our header. Now we have only h1, and if I type app header, header, so now if I go 1 2 3, we got header works. But why we get this? Because every component has its selector. If I go to header.component.ts, so you can see it has a selector. If I create it, let's say header app, or I can say it header, because now if I type header, okay, and go, then it is also going to say header works, because we have created our selector header. I'm gonna just name it app header, because if you know, we also have a header tag in HTML, so that is going to override that header tag. So and we need that tag. Okay, so h1 hello world, and let's add a footer also here. App footer. And if I now go, we got footer works. And one more thing, if I go here and change the title to, let's say, app dash header, and we get app header works. Okay, because it is coming from a variable. This is not a string, it is coming from variable, so that's why we got this. I'm going to just remove this, and we also get an error. Yeah, that's a lot amazing thing, that we get actual error in our website showing in front of us. Okay, and now I'm going to remove this title, because obviously this is now not a variable. If I also type here console.log hello world, that will going to work. Okay, I know it doesn't work, because obviously why you are using this. Okay, and let's say I type okay, I'm not going to type anything in this. Now I'm going to just type header works, and we are going to create actual header works. So what we are going to do is get bootstrap.com. We are going to use Bootstrap, because it's really easy to use Bootstrap. And like, if you know Bootstrap, you know that we copy this CSS and this JavaScript, and we can use Bootstrap. But this is not easy when you are using Angular. You need to do some things. So first I open up my terminal, and in the terminal I'm going to just type npm install bootstrap. There we go, we're installing Bootstrap. And we also need jQuery, because Bootstrap needs jQuery. Yeah, let it install Bootstrap. And what it does, it install Bootstrap. Okay, we also get some warnings. Don't worry about these warnings. And then we got our Bootstrap. Why, I don't know why my inner shirt is going over here. Okay, we are using yarn, not yarn. I'm using npm. let it install, and when it's installing we can see we got over, let me type it P, because by default you get P. Okay, now it's done. Now what I'm going to do is what what why I have plugged it. I don't know what's the problem. So finally I charge my laptop and now if I go to terminal, not terminal, if I go to angular.json file, this is a file which manage your all Angular app, if you know JSON file. And we have, like, let's say we have all the thing here. So what I'm going to do is close the terminal first, and now in the style we have src style.css only, but we also need bootstrap. So let me type dot slash node node underscore modules slash bootstrap slash dist slash css slash bootstrap dot min.css. And if we look at the file explorer, we can see that node modules is in this folder. If I go to node modules and search for bootstrap, there we go. Bootstrap, there we go, bootstrap. If I go here, we have test file and folder and css, and there we go, bootstrap.min.css. That's the file that we have included here. And in the scripts I'm going to include, let me copy and paste. Copy and paste, okay, inside of these double quotes, and we are going to use js bootstrap.min.js. okay, now we have already bootstrap. And if I open up my terminal, this one, okay, where it is running our Angular app, we need to close this, cancel this, command C, control C and type ngserve one more time. There we go, now it is running ngserve. Okay, and then it apply bootstrap. And how do we know that it apply bootstrap? Really easy. Just I'm gonna go to home component.html, not home, app component.html, and here we have h1 hello world, which look like this. When we apply bootstrap, then it look different. Okay, if I refresh the page now, then it is saying, hey, what is localhost 4200? So I'm going to close that, and when it's done, then we should see. Okay, one more thing. If I cancel and type ngserve --open, that then what is going to do it? Then what is going to do? It's going to serve app and then open the localhost 4200 in our browser. Means, like, we don't need to do anything. Just type ngserve --open and we got our app. Yeah, amazing. It is generating browser application bundles, that is browser compatible code, because the code we are written here is not browser compatible. Okay, browser can't read it, so it's going to compile that. And also SCSS, if you know that SCSS in TypeScript is not readable by computer browser. So TypeScript code compile into JavaScript code and then run into the browser. And same for SCSS code compile into CSS code and then run it in our browser. So that's same goes for Angular browser. Okay, it compile, and you can see now it is going to open. You can see it already opened, but I don't want to open it in this browser. I'm going to open it in this. Okay, and we shall now see our my first project. Here we go. You can see now it's bootstrap heading. Okay, and now if I'm going to get the navbar, means header. I like the header in the examples, not navbar. You can use it. Okay, go and check out my bootstrap tutorial. Okay, let me find that. Here we go, navbars, and I'm gonna select this one. Let's say this never expand. Let me get this never expand. There we go. Right click, edit as HTML, Control A, Control C, Command A, Command C. If you are on Mac, header, paste this, and now we should have this header, and there we go. Now if we click, you can see we got our navbar. Amazing. The search obviously doesn't work. Because hey, bootstrap is for CSS, not JavaScript. Okay, but still we got a lot of JavaScript like this burger, hamburger, and we can have links. But the problem with these links is I'm going to tell you in later, because that's not what we are pointing to. So I'm gonna name it, let's say Angular tutorial, and there we go, we got Angular tutorial. There we go, Angular tutorial. I don't know why it is lagging a lot. Okay, so we don't need this href, by the way, if we are using so what I'm going to do is point it to home. We are going to cover that, but for now it is not useful, because hey, what is home? We just say go to home. But where's home? Okay, and let's say about, and okay, and let's say about. Where is about? And I'm going to remove all of them. Okay, I removed div. Div slash. Okay, there's a problem in UL. Does I remove nav? No. Okay, now it's done. So now if I go into this about, it is going to throw me an error. Whoa, it doesn't throw an error. It goes to about. Oh, sorry, is the root. And also I'm gonna go to app-component.html, and instead of this I'm going to type app-home. We doesn't use this app-home, but we are going to learn Angular routing. So let us app-home. Okay, home component.html, and paste this, or not this. Let me get something from Bootstrap. Obviously. Why we install Bootstrap? Obviously for getting something. And let me get something amazing. Let us get this. Let's say this or this. I like this. Cover your page. Inspect. Right click. Div. Body. Okay, body has some class. Wow, amazing. I don't need this class, but still. Just copy the whole. Copy. And paste it here. And if I go, we should have the cover page. It doesn't cover our page. Okay, that's false. It doesn't work. I don't know why. And let's get something like this. I already tell you the bootstrap. Okay, so you can check that video. But I don't recommend bootstrap when you're using like when you're building an actual website, because obviously you don't know CSS and you call yourself a web developer. False. Okay, so you should not use bootstrap, but yeah, I also use bootstrap for when I need to make my website really amazingly and easily. So we have some, yeah, we have something. Okay, it doesn't have anything, but still we have something. Okay, and then after we also need footer. That's really easy to create footer. You know what? Footer class equals to footer bg dark, and just this, and span class equals to text muted text muted, and copyright angular tutorial, and okay, angular tutorial emphasis copy semicolon, and yeah, that's it. And we should now have a footer also. There we go. I know it's not amazing, but still we have a footer. Let me type here. Also I can do text center. I don't know what's the problem. Remove the span, and then I can say by 3 means padding by 3, and now we should have a great footer. Why it is taking a lot of time? I don't know what's the problem. Text center. Here, text center. We should have it center. There we go. And now what we need? We have footer, we have home. What we need next? Obviously about. Okay, and but wait a minute. How do we get to about? Because there's no page called about. And if I show you that in most of the cases, what you do? You go here, open up your terminal. If you don't know Angular, okay, so if you don't know Angular, then what you do? Go to your components folder, ngxc about, create about component, and after creating about component, what you do? Just link that. Okay, you do header, and what you do in href, you type slash about. Okay, you're done. But that's not the point. Okay, if I try to go to the about, it doesn't work. But why? Because we can't do this. We need to use Angular routing. But hey, what is Angular routing? There's a lot of things in Angular. Okay, like Angular material and all that thing. But we are going to learn Angular routing. So just open routing, app.routingmodule.ts file, which is on source app folder. Now right here, what do you see? We have const routes routes. There's an array, constant array, and what you need to type here is this, and then path means in which path, colon this empty, and means whenever we are on something, then type component, which component you want to show when the path is empty. I don't want to show any component. I want the user to redirect to home. So user will redirect to home when he doesn't specify where I want it to go. Just type localhost 4200. Don't specify like home, about. Okay, and also type path match colon full. Okay, so now it redirect to home, but what is home? Like, what is home? Okay, we need it as a string. Okay, what is home? So we need to type path colon home. So we are specifying that what is home. Okay, so home component colon home component. Obviously home will be home component, and we have imported it. Is already import this, but if it doesn't import it by itself, so you can just type import home component from your path of home component. That's it. And we also need a about component, so path colon about component colon about component about. Okay, and what we need next, and now this is a trick. When user requests a page that doesn't exist in your app, like some people say, hey, what, please server give me localhost 4200/sample, but hey, what is /sample, or let's say /contact. What is contact page? We doesn't have a contact page, so what he get? He get an error, and we don't need that user think that this website has an error. So what did we do? We type path colon star star. Double star means anything else from this. Okay, show him a component or just redirect him to home. Okay, we specifically made a component of this which is called page not found component. Like if I go to my website and I requested a page, let's say sample, and go inside it, we got an error 404. So we can't create a error component, sorry, page not found component. I can copy and paste it, but still we're going to create that. I don't know what's the problem. So let's create 404. So we are on /home. Okay, you can see we are on /home, but where is all our things? Okay, so we didn't get that. So component, but before getting a component, we need to generate a component. Okay, so ngxc page not found. Okay, and we are going to generate a component, page not found component, and this is optional. Okay, if you want that I will see the actual error, then you don't need this. Okay, but still for production build you need this. Then what I'm going to do is component colon page not found component, and there we go. Now we have page not found component, and this all our routes. Okay, so one more thing, that don't enter a slash in there because that will throw an error. So now if I go here and we have href/about, so we can just type about and that will work. But one more thing, hey, this is our project and it's fine, but there is a problem. Let me show you the problem. Actual problem is that if I go to about, let's say, I can't get it. But why we can go to about? Because in our page, if I go app.component.html, we are getting home, not so. One more time, we are saying that hey, please give us home component, but what we want that when somebody click about or go to about route, and it also shows this thing. But why? We want that it replace app dash home to app dash about, but it doesn't. It doesn't know. Okay, it think that this is also a part of the page. Okay, there's also a component that we need in every page, like header and footer. But how do we get that? So there's a tag router. Okay, router dash outlet. Done. Now when I am on about, then this is going to say about works, and if I go to home, then it is going to get the home. But still, if I one more thing, that headers and footer is not changed, just the thing change is our main component. And one more thing, you notice that if I click on about, the page will refresh. And why we need this? Because hey, we are using Angular for obviously not reloading page, but as reloading page. So that's because of, if we look at header component, we have href in anchor tag, and we don't need this. In Angular we need router link. Okay, router link instead of href. So router link. Okay, and now if I go there, let me wait it, and if I go now, you can see page does not refresh. You can see, amazing. Now one more thing, if you look my website, I click on home and there is a bar coming up which is called loading bar, NgxLoading bar. So how do we get that? Because page is not refreshing, but still we need to know that hey, our page reloading or not. So because in YouTube also this is the loading bar comes, and but page doesn't refresh. Okay, now to do that, you just need to open your app module.ts file. This is the file where all the modules coming from. And now here we are going to import a module. Import loading bar. What's the bar module? Add thing. So I forget it sometime because hey, you work with a lot of things. Like I also do Python, I also do React, Angular, and a lot of things. So I forgot it sometime. So I'm gonna search for NgxLoading bar. There we go. Router. Okay, we also need core. Okay, so copy and paste and type core. I think we should get it. Okay, NgxLoading bar. So we need to install that and then import that. Okay, it is only loading bar router module. Okay, so before that we need to import the core module. So copy and open your terminal, paste this and enter, and that is going to install the NgxLoading bar core. Okay, and also we need the NgxLoading bar router. So means whenever we go from one route to another route, then it is going to show our router that thing. Okay, let it done. Okay, it install that, and after installing that we need to install the core module, router module of that. So I'm going to copy and paste, just copy and paste. Okay, and we are not using Stack Overflow, we are using actual GitHub link. Okay, 8 bod add. I will meet you when it all done. Now what we are going to do is import bar module from @angular / ngx. Okay, not this. Angular @NgxLoading bar module. Okay, sorry, @NgxLoading bar core. Okay, and then we also need router module, loading bar router module from router. Okay, done. And we now have both of my modules, and in our imports array we need to import that, obviously. Not like that, loading bar module, and also loading bar router module. Okay, and there we go. Now we have all of our module that we want, and now what we can do is in our app component.html, if you want that the bar will show below the header or top of the header or wherever you want, like so just place ngx dash loading bar dash bar, and that will show up that. So you can see also here, not here, here we go, NgxLoading bar. And now if I go and click on that, so wait a minute, why? Okay, I didn't apply it in this, so you can see we got this. And one more thing I wanted to do, in the snapbar brand we also need to get the router link equals to home. Okay, and now if I okay, video is 1 hour long. For you it will be short because I'm going to cut some unuseful parts. So you can see now if I go, let's say about, you can see it come. So we can customize it. So to customize it, just not here and here, just type color. If you want to change its color equals to, you can create any color, like let's say hashtag FF00F. Okay, sorry, one more zero to get a red color, and let it reload, and there we go, we get red color. Let me go to about, there we go, we got red color. And one more thing, that so much people doesn't like the spinner, so include spinner equals to false. I like it false. I didn't like this spinner. Okay, why the string come up like this? Okay, hash include. Okay, false. Okay, now it works. And now if I click here, so you can see we didn't get the spinner rolling around. We can also disable bar, include bar. And now if I go, so we only get the spinner. Okay, but I like only bar, not spinner. And we can also change its height So height equals to uh, 3 pixel, let's say 4 pixel. We can make it lot bigger, like 6 pixel. And now if I look over here, uh, let me look at that. Okay, now it's a lot more bigger. We can also make it small. Okay, so let me make it 4 pixel. I think that should be fine. Let me go. Okay, I need to refresh the page. Now we got it smaller. We can also change a lot of values. And now one more thing, when you build it for production build and you refresh your page, then it is going to show you an error, and that error is really like headache. So we can solve that error. So if you're thinking what kind of error you're talking about, then so the error is that whenever you refresh your page of Angular app, then it is going to show you an error. So to solve that error, just go to your module.ts file, and now here just import some modules. Okay, we're going to talk about that modules. Import location strategy. I can go to the page. Okay, hash location strategy. Okay, and then now if I go, let it load. I don't know what's the problem with my internet. There's a problem. Let it load. There we go. We have hash location strategy, and I don't want the whole methods. Okay, I don't. Here we go. We need to copy this, and copy, and paste this, and then we should get, and there we go. Now we have that. Import it here. Okay, not here. In the providers, type provide I don't know what's that. Okay, it should be sport class. Let's start location. Okay, here we go. Location slash and this. Okay, so I'm going to copy the whole providers. Okay, and paste it here. And there we go. Now also in the app routing module.ts file, also type here in that for routes, and after that just type use hash colon true. Okay, and I don't think that we need to type it here. Okay, we need to type it here, I think. Use hash colon true. No, we need to type it inside this. So use hash. I don't know what's the problem with this. Okay, let me go to some page where I got something useful. Yeah, I'm not getting anything useful in this. So hash location strategy. Strategy. Okay. Hash location strategy. There we go. Stack Overflow. We are saying that we didn't use Stack Overflow, but still we got the Stack Overflow. Wow, amazing. Okay, then I don't know where, but we need to set the routes to use hash colon true. Okay, so use hash, and I don't know, I am not getting it. Dot for root routes, use hash, use hash. I am just confused. Okay, so let me open any link. I am opening any random link. Okay, location strategies. Let me go to any link. I don't like this. I don't know why. Because it's only for hash location strategy. There we go. App roots. And for root app. Okay. So we need to enter this here like this. Use hash. There we go. Okay, I'm just confused. We need to enter in the brackets. Now we have hash. And now if I go, so you can see we have a hash over here. Wait, page refresh? No. Go about, home, about. Amazing. It works. And that's a basic tutorial for Angular, and we didn't create any actual project, and you can create a lot of projects. Like, I challenge you, create a blog template, like create an actual blog that tells you about using hash location strategy and hash location strategy. And after you create this project, I challenge you to do this. Create a blog like this, better than this, because hey, like in your in front of you, I have searched hash location strategy, and I got a lot of links, and I don't think any of them is useful except the angular.io official one. And yeah, so that's for today. And also create the project that I challenged you. Create a blog for hash location strategy in Angular, and also show me that project. Send me that project in GitHub. Okay, so not GitHub, send me. Publish that project to GitHub, and then comment down that challenge or project. So that's for today, guys. I hope you enjoy video, and that's a very long video, but still you learn a lot of things. So bye bye.